I wash my soul in the ocean, in the tears of God, I let it go.
Hello, my Astro family. These are your June 2020 horoscopes with me, Lada from astrolada.com. And 2020 is the year that keeps on giving. June is another roller coaster month that's going to have two eclipses. And as you know, eclipses always bring sudden and unexpected events, twists and turns, and the karmic fated events that turn our life around for better or worse. So stay tuned for that. We're going to have Mercury going retrograde, another retrograde planet, and Venus turning direct. But we'll go one step by step through everything. Before that, I just wanted to announce that June and July I'm dedicating to ancient Babylonian astrology. We're going to be making huge promotions for Babylonian astrology readings, the way they were done 3,000-4,000 years for the kings of this world only. And Rumen Kolev does those readings. They're all discounted 30 to 50%. And it's astrology like you've never seen. He single-handedly revived the astrology of ancient Babylon by translating texts and clay tablets that were lost and forgotten for thousands of years, by learning the language of the ancient Babylonian cultures and rediscovering true real astrology as it existed thousands of years ago. And he's starting also Babylonian Astrology Academy from the end of May, but you can hop on the train anytime you want. It's extremely cheap. It comes up to around $60 per month, and you're going to learn ancient Babylonian astrology from scratch. Also, if you want previous courses, they're all on discount from ancient Babylonian astrology. So do check out the links below if you're interested to be the only group in the world that is going to be studying ancient Babylonian astrology with the foremost scholar and only astrologer in the world who revived ancient Babylonian astrology, basically. So now let's start with the 12 signs.
I wash my soul in the ocean, in the tears of God, I let it go.
Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, June 2020, and the month starts. The first 2 weeks will be under the influence of a lunar eclipse in your third house. You'll get very busy with short trips, with communication, with information, with skills, with anything to do with media, marketing, advertising. Working in a small group environment, it gets quite hectic. Or just getting a lot more active on social media and such things. And eclipses are about completing something. Some of you might be completing some marketing project, some administrative project, some learning some skill, or you can see the results of that, because third house is commerce, business activities, marketing, media, communications, information. So you might be completing such a project and seeing the results of it. They might be great results, or you might just be ending such a project and you're free of it. That's it. It's ending. It's completing. So that it can, or some of you might be, because third house rules teammates, friends, associates, also people, your colleagues, neighbors, siblings. It might be sometimes a full moon eclipse can indicate the completion of such a relationship, or you kind of some crisis that happens with such a relationship, with such people in your everyday environment. It can also indicate that you complete some project together with such people, and that they also in their life, maybe a sibling, complete something. And like, for example, my husband is Libra rising, and his sibling, his sister, in June is completing a big project with her house. She's moved. She's like big shift in her life, and that's when she's fully finished, and she'll be inviting us. But there is interaction with such people that are from a near environment, relatives, siblings, teammates, workmates. But again, because an eclipse, sometimes there can be a crisis with that. Plus, it can mean the ending of such a relationship. Maybe because they're no longer necessary in your life. Maybe some neighbors leave now. Maybe some you finish a project with workmates or associates, so this one is completed, or you just might be just because this lunar eclipse is with the south node to release, to let go of. You might be releasing, let going of any such kind of third house people or activities. You know, they might be showing you their results. But definitely very hectic first 2 weeks on anything with the mind, with talking, with planning, organizing, with this third house is like business activities of any sorts. But also it's being triggered, this eclipse, by opposition with planets in the ninth house. So the first 10 days, be especially careful not to create friction and some kind of crisis with other people because of difference of opinions. Third and ninth house, your opinions versus other people's opinions. Definitely you'd feel triggered. Some of you might be feeling it already because eclipses of the moon are felt a month before, 2 to 3 months after. So a lot of polarization between your opinions and those of other people, push and pull. And Mars, especially on the 4th of June, so the first 10 days, Mars is squaring this. So there might be quite a bit of fighting even, and say you might go into a fight with a sibling because they don't believe the narrative that you have about what's happening, or with someone Facebook friend, or with someone from work, or with a neighbor, you know, with relatives. So that's the one thing you have to be careful, especially about Libras, because you're really kind of you want to share your opinions, and those around you, they also feel very strong about your opinions, and that's where the clash comes. All right. And that can create some nervous tension for you because Mars from the 6th house is squaring them, and even animosity, and creating some like enemies in your life. Animosity is Mars in the 6th house, but you're kind of not in a state now this June to keep quiet and shut your mouth. No, you're actually, for once, you don't want to be, I want to please you all. I'm like, I want to speak up my mind and my beliefs, and I don't care if I make enemies even. And I want to discuss those things with people, and I'm okay if some of those people in my life leave now. I don't need 5,000 friends on Facebook. I'm going to remove you if you keep, you know, you're annoying me, if you keep opposing me. But of course, Libra has this undeniable charm, so you can do it in a more diplomatic way. But still, you're not suffering anymore. You're speaking up, so to speak, with those eclipses in your house of beliefs and your opinions and how you express and talk with others, and putting some kind of I'm ready to let go of associations and connections that are, that are clashing with, that are provoking me or clashing too much with me. Okay, and then there is, of course, your planet Venus has been retrograde from the middle of May, and it's going to be retrograde till the 25th of June. And the most critical period for you Libras will be when Venus is also invisible. It's like a reset button for your whole life, because Venus is you, and Venus will be invisible from the start of June till the 15th of June approximately. So you can feel that for about 15 days, you go through a little bit of a, let's say, like a rebirth, but the part before the rebirth, when it's a little bit like a dark night, when it's a little bit of a confusion. Some new ideas might come to you when the Sun conjoins Venus the first week of June. New ideas definitely will come, but you will only be able to start working on them when Venus becomes visible after the 15th of June. So do take a pen. Venus is your planet, it's you. You're going to consult the king, the sun. That's when it's invisible. And the sun is the creative divine intelligence that is you're going to be sitting on his lap around the 4th of June. Exactly. So you're going to download a lot of ideas, then write them down, because the sun, the king, is giving you his instructions, his inspirations for the next whole cycle of Venus that will continue 18 months. I think it's a cycle of Venus. So for the next 18 year and a half almost. The moment Venus becomes visible from the 15th of June is when you can feel like you're reborn. You might feel like you're taken in the underworld for 10, 15 days. You might feel a bit confused or a bit of a crisis mode, let's say, or doing something secretive or behind the scenes, or retreat for a little bit even and study, research a bit, or just become more passive and inactive. And allow yourself that the first 15 days of June. That's fine. Your planet doesn't have power. Your planet is in the presence of the king. Just stay open for the intuitions that come. You can still direct things according to your willpower. The moment Venus moves away from the sun and becomes visible from the middle of the month, something new will be born in your life. Some new inspiration, some new chapter of your life, some new ideas that you can start working on and physically manifesting over the next 18 months. And not only that, but Venus will be reborn as Athena Pallas. Venus has a few faces. While it's invisible for around 15 days, it's in the face of Persephone, which was taken to the underground and raped a bit. It's kind of hidden. You might be acting more hidden. You might be, and it has very sexual allure. So you might feel more sexualized around that time. And it's period for healing. Persephone is also the phase of Venus invisible. It's some magic can happen on the invisible realm for you, like some alchemical transformations in your soul that you're happening, but it's still not visible for others around you. You're going through your own personal for 15 days kind of a initiation into the deeper side and resetting of the button. So the changes are happening on a deep kind of cellular levels, then like a magical process. And then Venus becomes visible from the 15th onwards. So you're going to start coming back into your power and those inspirations, putting them into action and creating a new vision for your life, because Venus becomes visible in your 9th house. This is new belief systems will start appearing, and you are questioning your belief system. You are questioning the world narrative that's happening now with Venus being retrograde in your 9th house. You might have even gone against the grain with Venus going retrograde in the 9th house. People believe this, but I think there is something else happening here. Don't believe that. You know, these are your beliefs. Venus retrograde there questions it. And when Venus is reborn, a brand new philosophy you'll rediscover, brand new teachers, brand new inspiration. So just higher knowledge or wisdom that resonates with you so much deeper and that directs you on the right path to fulfill your dharma. 9th house is your dharma. What am I here to do that my higher soul wants? That is God's will. Let me align with God's will. And Venus becoming visible there, which is you're Venus, in the phase of, first it's going to be in the invisible phase of Persephone. So I told you what can happen. It's also more sexualized and stuff. But from the 15th of May, it becomes visible in your 9th house in the phase of Athena Pallas. You know, all those goddesses the ancient had, they were all for the planets, but in different phases of the planets. And Athena Pallas is more warrior-like, more initiative, more spontaneous. It takes action. So for the next 9 months, starting from the middle of June, you're going to feel reborn, especially now in June, from the end of June, but with more masculine power, with the power to initiate, to jump and start things, to initiate. And Athena Pallas is extremely intelligent, and this intelligence will somehow and these initiatives that you can take with this Venus will be connected to your higher mission, the 9th house, to new inspirations, new beliefs. Impossible on the more material level, you can notice that there's an opportunity for travel by the end of June, to some new opportunities born for faraway country, or to study something totally new, to develop some interest in new knowledge, to start on some crash courses, on some webinars, to find teachers, to find the teacher. This can be a time when Venus is reborn in your 9th house to find an amazing female or very gentle and harmonious teacher and mentor who can inspire you and lead you. It can be also the birth of some very pleasant trip far away. It can be the birth of some love that is with someone from a different state or a different country, because Venus rules love, don't forget. Venus, even though Venus is you, but it's also naturally love, or some financial opportunity, because Venus is also money, connected to educational project, connected to traveling project connected to import export, or something to do with people, with foreigners or people from faraway countries, or some coaching project or some teaching project. So all these are possibilities, but the good things come the end of the month from Venus. Before, till the middle, it's a bit harder. And then you're going to have another eclipse and Mercury going retrograde, Libras, in your 10th house of career. So you might be working, when Mercury goes retrograde, from the middle of the month till the middle of July. You might be revising some old career projects, something that you had as a plan, and you know, in regards to career, it can come back to you to be redone, or some project in regards to your social status or career might be returned back to you, redo it, it's not good, or you might be questioning certain of your work moves and career moves, and having to brush up on some older skills so you can complete some project. Mercury schools as well. You might be required from the middle of June to the middle of July to use 3 times more efforts and energy in regards to your career, and especially in regards to some project with your career that requires your skills and intelligence, and to check all the facts, all the details, redo it a few times. But at the same time, a new opportunity is being born in your career. And so, for example, Mercury retrograde from the middle to the middle of July can bring an old job back, but can make you question a current career direction. But at the same time, the eclipse on June 21st brings new energy again in your career sector at 0 degrees Cancer. So it can indicate that you are being, a new opportunity appears for a new career, for a new, for a new project for some of you, a new boss to appear as well, for new career inspiration of some sort that you also have to start on. But you're going to start at the end of June or July already, when, after the solar eclipse. And there might be some crisis, especially if you're Libras that are born the first 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 degrees of Libra. That'll be the September born Libras in particular, 23rd, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th of September, or 0 to 5 degrees ascendant or moon. This eclipse squares your sun, moon, or ascendant. So it can be a bit more challenging and more forceful. This change, this new birth, new beginnings in career, new beginnings with institutions and authority figures. This even breaking away from some authority figure or institution to give birth to your own authority in some way through this through the solar eclipse in the 10th house. In extreme cases, crisis with a boss figure, institution, and in career situation can happen. But because the lunar eclipse is with the north node, which tends to give something material, this will lead to better social status or career opportunity down the line. There we go, Libra. So much happening. I think you will have to rewatch this video 2-3 times throughout the month. Maybe when the middle of the month finishes, come back again, because the energy till the middle of the month is one, and after the middle of the month really changes. But it is an unpredictable month with a lot of changes, with a lot of areas of life being activated. So come back and revisit and share with us what is happening. Thank you.
I wash my soul in the ocean, in the tears of God. Let it go. Clean myself completely so I can get higher above. I will love you more than I could ever love. Let's be found in our heart.